Hi everyone, I'm Shazia. Thank you so much for watching my videos and a big thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. I request everyone who's watching my videos, if you're finding this helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That's how I'm going to be able to make more videos. Let's get started with today's video. This is going to be a quick checklist for those who are planning to travel to Canada, and in specific for those who are traveling from India. So as we all know, the flights from India to Canada, the direct flights, are cancelled. So if you have to travel to Canada at this point of time, you have to go via third country. And let's see what all you need to know. So who will actually opt for this option, because it's quite expensive. You have to stay in a different country, get a test done, and then from there you have to take a flight to Canada. Might be quite overwhelming information. However, I have read blogs and watched videos. I see that the process is not that difficult if you have everything planned really well before you take off. So important, the first thing first, whether you are vaccinated or not. If you're vaccinated, very good, you are you are exempt from mandate quarantine. If you're not vaccinated, then you have to quarantine, and it's going to be a little difficult. So let's go through the majority. What people are opting for is, like, people are getting vaccinated first, and that's when they are traveling, right? So people who are vaccinated, what you need to know, what you have to do is, you have to have your documents that you are vaccinated ready. First and second, both shots, both vaccines, you will get a certificate. So you have to keep both, and they'll ask for the final certificate, which is your second shot certificate. And as you know, the ban is till 21st of September, and might get extended, or they might let people enter Canada from India directly. Things might change, but for now you have to go to a third country. And when you go to a third country, you have to get a test done there, like a COVID test done, get your negative report, only then you can fly to Canada. So requirements here, I have discussed about find out if you can enter Canada at this point of time. This option which you see here, if you want, you can go ahead and click on this button and check your eligibility. But I can tell you, if you're a student, both vaccinated or not vaccinated, you shall be allowed to enter Canada. But if you're not vaccinated, you have to quarantine. So if you're vaccinated, then you're exempt. As it says here, you are exempt from quarantine. And let's go ahead and see, check if you qualify for exempt. You have received a full series of vaccine, so COVID-19 vaccine. And how would you know? And this has to be done at least 14 days prior to your travel, before you enter Canada. And it gives you the example of, if you are vaccinated on 1st July, you can only fly or enter on 16th July. So it's very specific and clear for those who are looking for this information. And let's go ahead and see what kind of vaccines are acceptable. So mostly in India, we are getting Covishield or Johnson & Johnson. So the other vaccines like Bharat Biotech and all are not yet recognized, and they are not accepting it. So make sure, if you are getting vaccinated, you have to have like one of these four to be qualified for an exempt from the quarantine. Certified translation. Good thing is our COVID test or COVID vaccine certificates are already in English. If it is not in English, it has to be, in English or French, or it has to be translated into French or English, and it has to be a certified translation, and this has to be uploaded in ArriveCAN. ArriveCAN is a app that you need to install on your phone, and you need to upload your vaccine certificate details and a questionnaire that you have to answer multiple questions about your health and the symptoms, right? This is very simple. For those who had COVID in the past and who have recovered from COVID, the procedure is a little different for them. Let's not get into it, because there are very few people who will come up with this, right? It's very clearly mentioned here, no exemption for partially vaccinated travels. For example, you got your first shot done, but you do not have your second shot done yet, and you're traveling, you have to quarantine. There's no exemptions. Okay, so that's that. So what you need to know: pre-entry test results requirement. Everyone who is above 5 needs to give a test, need to get a test done, and need to show the negative report, right? So you have a list of tests which are accepted by Canada IRCC. So here is the list. And for Indians, you cannot get this test done in India and expect this to be accepted in Canada. Right now, the problem is it's good for you to get a test done before 72 hours of you taking off to the third country. Like example, you're going to Maldives. Keep this test handy. But however, it might require, like in Maldives, they might ask you, I don't really know what are the requirements for Maldives if you're landing there. Well, how much I know, they don't have any restrictions. So in Maldives, you have to get another test done, and that report from Maldives you have to take to Canada. Only that will be accepted, right? Because the third country requirement is there. And you keep going down. It has to be 72 hours, as we have mentioned. No matter how you are entering Canada, it has to be 72 hours. And you keep going down. Very clearly mentioned testing facilities and expenses. Here there's an option, like which country you are going to stay, like the third country that you chose. For example, Maldives, you type here, it will tell you that testing facilities, where exactly it is and how much it's going to cost you. However, that's going to be your expense. No one is going to pay for that. You have to pay for it. And here it says, if you do not provide the test, they will deny you entry. They'll not let you enter Canada, which is very bad. So you have to have your test done. For people like Canadian citizens or people who have permanent residence, if they don't, they might, they will allow them to enter, but they will fine them up to 5,000 per day or face criminal prosecutions, which is like, you don't want to get into all that, right? And make sure that the test you are getting done is not fraudulent. It is a genuine test. So very, very important, who does not need a pre-entry test? Fully vaccinated travelers still have to provide pre-entry test results. There's no exemption. Everyone, whoever enters Canada, has to give this test report. You have to have a quarantine plan in case if you do not qualify for the exempt. For example, just assume that your test report, god forbid, is positive. You have to have a plan. How are you going to quarantine and stuff? So you need to show them there is a plan there in place. Proof of vaccination in ArriveCAN, as I have mentioned before. Check what to have ready at the border. This is important. ArriveCAN receipt with uploaded proof of vaccine, 2 images for 2 doses, very important. Proof of vaccination, a hard copy. Pre-entry test results, very important, the test that you got it done in third country. Other travel documents, for example your visas or study permit and things like that. So this is very detailed information, and even after you are you are done providing all this information and they let you in Canada, your landing is done, you still have to make sure that you are keeping a track of your health, keeping a track of people that you're meeting for 14 days, reporting to the health centers if if you have any symptoms or if you started to get any symptoms of COVID, things like that. Everything is clearly mentioned in here. Testing positive or possible exposure within 14 days of your entry. So you have to monitor yourself for at least 14 days. Make sure you are making a list of people that you are contacting, and then there's a number here that you can contact if you have any symptoms. You can report here. So this is very detailed. I hope this was helpful. In a quick review, I can tell you that if you're traveling to Canada from India, what you need to do is get a test done before you take off, at least 72 hours before your travel. That is valid only till the third country that you're going. So you have to have your both vaccine information, shot 1, shot 2, uploaded on ArriveCAN, which is an app. You have to have your proof of vaccination and test handy at the Canadian airport. You have to get a test done in the third country. That report has to be shown to Canada landing officer. And lastly, you have to make sure your visas or study permit, things like that, is also in place. There is a possibility that they might ask you for a quarantine plan, so you have to show them that you do have a quarantine plan, just in case if things go wrong and you have to quarantine and you are not getting an exempt. So this is about it. I hope this is gonna help you guys. I really request you guys to go ahead and ask questions and do subscribe to my channel. I'm really happy to find out answers for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day. Bye bye.